struggled first few games, but yeah, we put a lot of emphasis.
That's why I just meant that guys executing where they're supposed to be. Consistent. I mean, how do you feel as a guy who's playing, a lot for the first time? How do you feel like you've progressed so far this season?
I think I've gotten better reading my keys. I think I've just playing in there, getting more reps and reps. You feel more comfortable overall. You see formations, recognize what's coming. It's just something that through repetition you get better and better with.
Pete, could you believe on that fourth down play they ran what they ran? I mean, Coach Meyer told us that the talk on the headphones between the defense coaches was that he expected his own read there. and they do it. I mean, meanwhile, Trace McSorley has set a school record, in the meantime, yet he doesn't end up with the ball in his hands. You know what I mean? But, and number two, y'all had almost a perfect call.
Yeah, we did. We had the perfect call for that situation. We were in more of a passing down. So
you were in the nickel, right? I mean,
yeah. So it was something where I had the back, and then Malik had the spy, but then he motioned the other side, so Malik now had the back and I had the spy. So it put us out of position. So they did a good job of that. But I was definitely not expecting his own read. I was expecting something like the quarterback, but they knew we were probably keying that a lot, so I wouldn't say it was a bad play call.
But when Jay shot Cornell, obviously engaged the guard.
Yeah.
The tackle couldn't chase, pardon the expression. And he shoots up through there have you ever seen a play almost work that perfectly?
It worked out perfectly, yeah. We kind of played the quarterback run, those stunts that we had from both the tackle and the end.
Yeah.
It worked out perfectly, in that situation.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Pete, I'm sorry if somebody asked you this earlier. I'm sure they did, but was that the best overall performance for the linebackers so far this year inside of them?
I would say so, yeah. Especially for a big game like that. I feel like we all graded out champion. We just did a great job all around. Did a lot better tackling and focusing on it.
Did you guys need a performance like that? We've asked you seemingly every week you're out here about the big plays and all that stuff. Did you guys ever feel like you needed a game to kind of validate that progress and show?
I think we did, especially from the games in the past, not really performing as best as we could. Having a game like that to kind of step through, break through that barrier, especially with a big game like Penn State and then in Happy Valley, it was a big step. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Pete, I don't know how much you read social media or watch TV or whatever, but do you ever got annoyed by people coming down on the linebackers? It seems to be like a hot button thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the general gripe from the fan base right now. Is it misguided and is it annoying to read?
Oh, I'm not big on social media. I've seen a few things, but I'm not big on it. So I don't really know. You probably know a little bit more about it than I do. But yeah, it would be a little annoying, although I haven't seen it that much. Not a big Twitter or whatever.
When people say that the linebackers are underperforming this year, what is your reaction to that, and is that a misguided viewpoint?
I think that there's a lot of things that outside sources don't know. They see things that aren't exactly true. They expect things out of players that are not necessarily expected. I think it's confusing why somebody would come to a conclusion and tweet something when they don't know what's going on the inside. So that it's just confusing to me. I think it's kind of humorous sometimes, but it's just the way that it goes.
What would be some of those things? I mean, maybe without going into too great a detail, but that you see that we don't see and the general public doesn't see, that you can say, hey, chill out, we got this, and this is kind of what's going on, and this is why, maybe some of the things that are happening would be happening.
I just think that we're going through practice, we're doing these things. It's kind of a hard question to answer. We're just doing our thing. It's not people saying those things. It's hard for us to respond to, I guess.
Hey Pete, you kind of jumping off his question. You talked about how much progress you guys showed in that game. Your defensive coaches are saying that this defense is making more progress than is typical of a team at this point in the season. How much of the depth and the quality have we seen from you guys? How close are you to showing what your potential is?
Well, I think Penn State was a big start. Coach Chiano always mentions that there was always a big improvement needed. He was reading off stats in our meetings, and he was like, "We did this. This is excellent." But then this also happened. We had a good third down percentage, but then there's other things that happened that weren't necessarily good. So we have a goal of they can't get past 100 yards rushing. their quarterback had more than that alone. So that's something that was not good. So just I don't know, kind of going forward, there's always room for me.
Well, you said it was a good start. That implies that you think that the potential is there
I think
for
the potential
really.
is great. Yeah, I think that there's great potential, but I think it's. I wouldn't necessarily say early in the season, although kinda. But definitely, I would say that